Marc Clark is not a man who minces his words. He's fought for his country. He says what he means and means what he says, and with good reason. His son Jack has DMD. It's a form of muscular dystrophy. With his wife Anna, they are angry. They're trying to raise millions. They're trying to help find a cure, not only for Jack, but anybody else who comes along with the same problem. Marc, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Your son is coming up to 3 years of age.
Yep.
When did you realise that there was a problem with him?
I think if we look back now, I mean, myself and Anna, we'd never even heard of DMD before. But if we look back now, knowing what we know now as into the signs we look for, it would have been quite early on. Jack used to struggle to get upstairs or just getting up from the floor. The last final bit always seemed like a struggle for him. He didn't really want to kick a ball, and he's never ran. He's always had this kind of little cheeky waddle, which we used to, love and laugh at, and we still do to an extent, but obviously now it's a bit more heartbreaking.
So there must have come a point when you looked at each other and said, something's not right here.
We was on holiday November last year in Tenerife. We just saw, obviously, because he's got his shoes off and around by the pool, and we just thought that the bottom of his feet seemed to be edging in. So we thought maybe splints. A lot of children go through this. I mean, Jack's our only child, and we're brand new parents at the end of the day, so everything's a learning curve.
A lot to learn.
Everything's a learning curve.
Yeah.
But when he got back, he had a small virus, and as I say, when he used to get up from the floor, just that last part when he was on his legs and just coming up to an upright position, he'd kind of struggled. But this time, it probably took him about 7 to 10 seconds. I just thought, I'm going to get checked out, but. Never in our wildest dreams would we have.
It's a parent's intuition, isn't it? So there you are. You go to the doctor, and what did the doctor say?
The doctor inspected Jack, and he said that we should go for blood tests. So we went. I think we left it a few days as well before we went for the blood test, because again we didn't think, we thought maybe vitamin deficiency or something along them lines. We were only guessing from what people have told us, parents. But then I took it for a blood test a few days later to Heartland Hospital, and we was told that we would we'd receive the results in 2 weeks' time, and then we was woken up at 7 o'clock the following morning to a voicemail to Anna saying that we need to ring. It was the out of hours Badger service, and we needed to ring them straight away for Jack for his results.
I can't imagine what must have gone through both your minds at that moment.
And I remember coming downstairs, and Anna was on the phone. I could just see her face, and I'm there thinking, and your heart's going. But even then, the reason for Duchenne is or any muscular dystrophy, is there's a high level of CK, which is creatine in the blood. So basically, if you've got them levels, it can't be anything else. It's got to be a form of muscle dystrophy, but we'd never heard of this muscle dystrophy.
And I imagine then probably almost the next thing you did was you went online to have a look.
Yeah, which was probably the worst thing to do too soon. But I remember I took my car to get washed. I think you're still kind of, this isn't happening. It's our beautiful little boy.
I've seen a picture of him. Blonde hair, blue eyes. He looks like all little boys of that age should look.
Yeah.
So you then had the blood test and you got the call back. And what did the hospital say to you when they rang you back then?
We had to then take him into the hospital, and myself, Anna and Jack walked into the doctor's room, and that there was a physio and a nutritionist in the room, and just instantly I knew then that it was Duchenne, and Jack was playing absolutely lovely around the room.
They do, don't they?
And we're just waiting for, because they still had to send off then to get it confirmed, but the doctor said she will tell us that day, and she said she's 99% certain that it's Duchenne, just before Christmas. And that's when our world started to fall apart, I suppose.
Absolutely. And that, I mean, we're only talking a matter of months ago, aren't we now?
Yeah.
Basically, am I right in thinking that muscles just don't work and...
It's a muscle fibre, so it doesn't hold, all the muscle fibres in your body hold the muscles together, so that's how you get bigger and stronger. But there's little or no muscle fibre there, so the larger you get, obviously the weaker your muscles get.
I mean, we were talking before we came in here, Marc, and you were telling me that he goes to nursery.
Yes.
And you do all sorts of things with him. He's just been swimming. He's just found the pool and loves it.
Absolutely.
So, what is the prognosis?
Well, at the moment, he just falls over a lot more. He can't, in soft plays, it's heartbreaking. Obviously, all our friends and family, we all have soft play parties for our kids. You know, we can't let Jack run around because he can't hold his body weight, he can't run, jump, can't climb. And you see that, you know, straight away, and that again is heartbreaking. I mean, when we talked about earlier about the stairs, I used to think at the time that he was just being lazy, and I'd throw his Peppa Pig 4 steps in front of him, and he'd cry every step to the top. And looking back at it now, that kills me.
Oh.
But obviously, I didn't know at the time, you know.
So, I mean, basically, your wife's just been to America, hasn't she?
She has,
She's
yes.
been to a conference. The hope is that there will be a drug that can help. How much is that going to cost, did you tell me?
Well, I'm not sure about that drug, but the one that's just been approved for the UK, which is Translarna, is something in the region of £200,000 a course, a 12-month course.
And you'd have to pay that?
Yeah, yes, well, you have to find it from...
Goodness me, how on earth, how on earth could you...
Well, at the moment, it's just been approved for the UK, so it would be available, I believe, on the NHS. I'm not 100% certain of that.
You've got a meeting with Caroline Spellman, your MP.
Yes.
And you are obviously then hoping that you can go further with this and get some support from within government.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we did have a letter back from the Health Secretary, because the petition, we believed at first it was 10,000 signatures. It transpired it was 100,000 signatures. So I'm proactive myself and my wife Anna. So we just wrote to the government and said, like, you know, why? It's as if you've been dealt a bad hand and you've got to get on with it.
Mark, anybody who's seen and heard you tonight will be signing that petition and wishing you all the luck in the world. I hope you get things together. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. Cheers. Thank you.